Hello, team. Welcome back to the kitchen. So, what's for dinner? Tonight it's yum yums. So, this is an old family recipe. It's when I was in high school, there was like 100 of us in this high school. That's how little this town was. And they'd let us all go home at lunchtime, but we didn't go home for lunch. We went to the little place downtown called the Sweet Shop because they were serving up yum yums. Um, kind of like a manwich, kind of like a manwich. But anyway, we would run down there because you'd get those and you'd get a frozen Kit Kat or a frozen Twix afterwards. And it was so good and so cheap. And you can do it with chips, you can do it with French fries. I'm going to do it with French fries today. Um, so, what it is 1 pound of hamburger, 1 can of chicken gumbo, and then Worcestershire and mustard to taste. Now, I have a whole bunch of Worcestershire and mustard behind me because when you make this, it's a family recipe, right? So you're just like pouring in what you remember your aunt's pouring in. You don't measure. So today I'm going to try to measure so we can figure out exactly what the measurement is for you before I put the recipe down. I promise you this is yummy, easy to fix, and a crowd pleaser for, just a quick, easy meal. So here we go. Let's get started. And like I said, I want to see how much I measure. So I'm just going to use this guy. It goes in tablespoons. I don't know if you can see that, but it's in tablespoons. We'll see what happens. Of course, you want a little salt and pepper to taste. Lean ball. And then we also have the good stuff, the everyday stuff. Let's see how much we have to start here. Looks like it's about 2.5 ounces, which would also be 5 tablespoons. I'm thinking 2 tablespoons each. Shake that down while I'm waiting. Tablespoon. Aw, my bowl's crooked. Sit straight, bowl. Pay attention. Can't teach a bowl anything. Like I said, this is chicken gumbo. Now, I was taught that the more you chop up your meat as you're cooking it, the tougher it's going to get. So you kind of want to leave it in the big chunks to cook. And then you can chop it into bits. That's what I was taught. If anybody knows anything differently, let me know. That's why I leave it alone and just let it go. There's, like I said, have you all seen my kitchen? This is not Pinterest kitchen, right? This is a real life kitchen. Galley kitchen from a house built in 1966. So what is it going to be, 57 years old? And I think that before I bought it, they had upgraded the kitchen in like the 80s. Anyway, this is getting close. The pink is starting to wash away here, so I'm just going to spread it around so everybody gets a different place to cook. And people are like, what? No onion, no garlic, no nothing? Guys, this is exactly how it was made for me in the Midwest, in the northeast corner of Colorado. This is how they do it. Da 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 da. All right, she's starting to look edible here. So we're gonna figure out. Okay, we're gonna simmer away the moisture after we add the can of soup and the mustard and the Worcestershire. So I'm just gonna turn it down to medium from high. Throw that in there. And then let's just start with 2 tablespoons each, huh? So I'm gonna go 2 tablespoons Worcestershire. I'm a big fan of Worcestershire, so literally you could probably give me that whole thing and I wouldn't cry. It is the secret ingredient also in my, hey now, in my manwich. Good Lord. Bless us, everyone. Farts are funny. There is one. If I can get it on this one. Well, that's going to be 1.5. I think we're going to have to open up the new mustard here. So that's 1.5 tablespoons of mustard. And 2 tablespoons Worcestershire. I love that you all are helping me cook today and figure this one out. Whoops. Well, I guess that's the bite I'm going to try, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a runner. It definitely smells like you can smell the Worcestershire for sure. A little bit of the mustard. Ouch, hot. Okay. I'm gonna let that simmer for just a minute. Another shout out to Not Bad Dan. Sometimes I feel like we're down here at the. I don't want to mess with the camera angle, man. Took me a minute to figure this one out. Anyway, I want to let this simmer for a minute. The flavor's almost there. Like I want to say, I think we have it right on the head. But I'm gonna let it simmer for a minute, then I'll come back and do another test, and then we'll add more. So be right back. I'm just gonna let this simmer. Hey, welcome back to the kitchen. So this has been simmering for about 5 minutes and starting to look pretty good. Definitely smells good. I'm gonna give it one more taste. I just want to see. if the flavors are all, as Papa used to say, commiserating in there. Whoa, steamed up the glasses. Help, help. Let's see. A little bite. It's going to be hot. Okay, let's just see if it needs more mustard or more Worcestershire. I still think it needs a little bit more both, but we'll see. All right, so let's definitely see if we can get another half a mustard in there. That would make it a full 2 tablespoons of mustard. Told you this was a real kitchen. We're not joking around on this channel, man. This is real life. Your mustard, when it's almost out, makes a lot of freaking noise. What do you think? That's actually about 1. So that would make a full 2, right? A full 2 tablespoons of mustard. Let's go 1 more tablespoon of Worcestershire. So that would be 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. 2 full tablespoons of mustard. Pound hamburger, can of chicken gumbo. Serve it on hamburger rolls with French fries. Delish. I know people are like, trust me, trust the process. Trust the process. Let me go get another spoon so I can taste this now. This looks like it. It smells like it. Y'all don't forget to smell your food. Don't forget to smell your food. You gotta smell it. You'll smell more in it than you will when you taste it, you know? Gotta smell it. Let's see if we get a little bit of that saucy sauce. It's boiling up. It's gonna be real hot. That's pretty darn good. I'm happy. All right, cool. Let's get our buns toasted and get the French fries going. Cool.